Hi friends. So sorry, my computer would not turn on. My computer would not log me in. It was on, but it wouldn't log me in. Hello. Thank you guys so much for waiting and for coming today. Hello, hello. How are we doing? How is our Tuesday going? Let's see. Hi Anna. Is it Anna or Anna? Hi Mary Jensen, Kelly, Gladys, Monique, Renee, Sharon. Hello friends. Hi Trish, Riri, Kathleen, Sarah. I think I said Sarah. Jenny, hi. How are you guys doing? How are we doing? Okay, let me see here. Okay. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Oh, hi Anna from Australia as well. Hi Tina. Okay, so I have a couple of updates, some not so great news, but I do want to do this square today, so I definitely want to be sure that I have time and make time for this. Hi Taylor. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Jenny, drinking coffee and working on your Christmas themed blanket. Which Christmas themed blanket are you working on? Which one are you working on? Okay. Renee, nothing like big like that. Nothing like big like that. But I do have an announcement. Okay, so hello, hi. First, hello, my name is Sammy, and this is the Crochet and Chats, a Yarn Over Hook live production. Yarn Over Hook is a free social media for crocheters to create, learn, and connect with other crocheters from around the world. You can join for free at yarnoverhook.com. We would love to have you. We would love to see what you are making. If you are already a member, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you very much. Okay, so announcements. This week's live schedule is regular scheduled programming. Tomorrow we'll have stitches at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. Next Monday is going to, no worries, Aline, how are you? Next Monday, we're going to have a special members only live to accommodate for next Thursday's live not happening. So next Monday, 3:30 p.m. Pacific time will be our YouTube members only live. And then next Tuesday, we have an announcement and everything will drop next Tuesday for the New Year, New Blanket crochet along, the charity crochet along that we have been ramping up for the last couple months. So definitely get your yarn ready, get your hooks ready, find your charity, all of the things so that you're all set and ready for January 10th, which will start our community crochet along. So I'm really, really excited for that one. Again, just a little quick thing. There'll be 3 size blankets that we will have available in the pattern. A 24 by, what is it? 24 by 30 small blanket, inches, 24 by 30, a medium blanket that will be 40 by 50, and a large blanket that will be 48 by 60. So get your yarn ready. It'll be worsted weight yarn, and we'll have all of the weights and how much yarn you need and everything. But worsted weight, size H, hook, all of that stuff. Yay, Community Cal, yes! So then just make sure that you contact the shelter or the organization or wherever it is you want to donate your blanket. Make sure that you contact them to see if there are any special yarn requirements or size requirements, like a minimum size requirement or anything like that. I know a lot of the ones I've looked at, acrylic is fine because it's durable, worsted weight, and then the sizes. We'll be donating to Warm Up America. My blanket specifically is going to go to children in crisis through Warm Up America. That's what my medium-sized blanket will be going towards. So I do know that the blanket sizes are fine for Warm Up America, and specifically some of their sub categories, as well as the Linus project. Our child-sized blanket is actually perfect for the Linus project. Project Linus, I always switch those two up. Hi, Brianna. Ooh, what are you doing? When are you getting done? Hi, Vivian. So yes, so that's like some idea. So don't forget to mark down and contact some charities, have some backup charities just in case. And keep an eye out next Tuesday for all the information for our community crochet along, our first community crochet along. I'm really excited for it. Let's see, I had a great day. My 2 youngest grandsons met for the first time, 3 months and 8 months. Lots of photos, cute. Pattern is Crochet Holiday Cheer Blanket by Michael Selleck. Ooh, I'll have to look that one up. Some projects done, many more to do. Sadly waiting on yarn for the projects for Christmas. Isn't that the worst? For the amount of yarn to get, that will all be out next week. I'm drinking ginger tea, and on my hook is a hoodie for my grandson. Boho braids. Brianna. Oh my gosh, what size are you getting? I found a charity called Solidary Spiders. What do they do? That is so funny. Okay, so I actually have to pick the colors first. I can't put this on yet. A new last week of crochet was released yesterday, so make sure that you check that out and then sign up for the newsletter so that you're notified every time a new one comes out. It is linked in the description, so you can check out the latest one for that. Keep your ears out for the latest Exploration Crochet podcast episode. And members, YouTube members in the Granny Square category, keep an eye out this evening for your early access for the video for this week. It is a pattern roundup video. I'm going to start doing those because I buy so many patterns. So hopefully they can give you guys some inspiration and I can continue my enabling of you guys' buying patterns. So that one is coming out for early access for the Granny Square tier tonight. And yeah, okay, I think that's it. So we wanted to do another one of these bad boys. Another one of these. Oh, that's why it's so weird. Hold on. There we go. We wanted to do another one of these bad boys, right? Just like in peacock colors. So this is what we did on Saturday. Medium size, I think, but long. I mean, a tinsel? Brianna. I love that. I can't wait to see. So this is what we did on Saturday. And we wanted to do a peacock version. So what colors are we thinking, friends? There was a lot of requests for purples and teals. So what are we thinking? Because I definitely want to dive into this one. I want to dive in. Thank you so much, Kelly. Pink Pistol, welcome. Welcome to the membership. Thank you so much, Kelly, for gifting. They receive knits and crochet blankets, so we are little spiders. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it. Okay, so let's look at yarn to start our square. Cheers, everyone. And then I will let you guys know the news. Let you guys know the tea. There's, of course, more drama in the crochet community, specifically the amigurumi community. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. I've been working hard on Owen, almost done with his body. It has to do with that. I sent you a message, Taylor. I don't know if you got it. How is your yarn looking? How's your yarn looking? Because that's what I am discussing. Okay, so let's get this square started so that I can finish it before we have to go. Of course it does. I'll go look. Yeah. Okay, so let's get some yarn. Let's get some yarn for this square. So a lot of you guys really wanted purple and teal. So we have teal here. And then there was requests for like both purples. The light and the dark purple. Let me move my chair. This is already looking really nice. Already looking really fun. We needed 1, 2, 3, 5 colors. Should the center stay yellow? Ooh, that's not bad. Yellow and then this teal. The petals, I think, should be this dark purple. Well, okay, if the petals is the dark purple, yeah. And then maybe the outside the light purple, what should go here? What should go like in between the two purples? Green? Your mom says I need gold and green. Well, we already kind of had gold and green in this one. Yeah, great colors, baby blue. That purple is really pretty. Thank you. I know this purple is nice. Or a sapphire blue. So this is the sapphire blue. I don't think I like this with this. What about... I don't think I like this blue. I think I like these 3. So those 3 will be these first 3 in the flower. So we're kind of looking at like this one. What about a light gray? I have this. Can you guys kind of see how like, it's like a weird, like a really light purple. Away from the colors, it looks gray. Next to the purples, it looks like a light purple. Do we like that? Maybe just a simple white? Red. I think red would pop to, would be too much of a different direction. This is fine, but now I almost want to take this out and actually commit to another blue. I don't know. This purple seemed fine. Do we like this? Do you like this? I think so. Which one do we like? Do we like most? What color should go on the outside? It needs more pizzazz. Let me see. Hi, Robin. How are you? Yeah, I feel like this had such a great variety of color that I don't want to like mess that up for this one. I feel like it needs another blue. I do. I feel like it needs another blue. But this one looks funny. Do we like that? You like the teal? Hot pink. That is better. If we are doing peacock theme, blues, gold, teal, turquoise, and purple. blue, gold, teal. This is like a teal turquoise, purple. Yeah, do we like this? Hmm. Do you like this order? That looks nice to me. Because if we were going to do hot pink, where would that go? This is hot pink with it. That's like a completely different square. I talk about hurrying up to crochet, and I'm sitting here juggling yarn. I feel like cool tones with a pop of warm. Yeah. What do we think about this order? Because the purples should definitely be further away. Let me check the contrast. I'm going to start some chaos soon. Don't do that. Okay, let me see. Let me see. I need to move this over. I think that this is good. Leave it like this. I think so. Okay. So we have yellow, blue, light purple, light blue, and then dark purple. I think so. The light blue is kind of throwing me off. It's like kind of throwing me off. Cause like the petals, that outside part, like where this green is, could be really nice. I'm wondering if the purples need to switch back and put the light purple on the outside with the light blue so that this is the flower. Hi, Sarah. I think that this should be the flower and this the accent. Does that make sense? Okay. I think so. Sarah, I hope that your day is getting better. Yeah? Let's do it. Let's just do it and see. Aline, can you get a contrast photo for me? Are you available too? I think all the colors are present. I want to be like weird in the background. I think so. Aline, you're back. Can you get a contrast photo? Can we get a contrast check? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I think so. Let's just try it. Let's try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay. Let me get this over here. Oh, and this here. Perfect timing. Oh, you're on your tablet. Well, if you think it'll be okay, then I trust you. I trust you. Okay. Oh, did you get it? What does the contrast look like? You were at 1%. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I think I'm good. Get started. Oh no, I think my hook's already. Is my hook already out? It is. It is. Okay, it's right there. Okay, so what's in everybody's cup? What's on everybody's hook? And then we'll get into the tea as I'm crocheting the square. Taylor, are you able to tell, like, are you able to tell where you are yarn-wise? I'm really curious. Oh, hold on, I dropped a stitch marker. Salted caramel coffee. That sounds incredible. That sounds good. You got lining fabric for the hexie purse, but you haven't found handles for it. The hexie purse? Are you doing the 7 hexie purse? Or is this a different hexie purse? Anna, you're cooking and watching. You feel like you're doing okay. Are you doing yarn under or yarn over? I didn't know that you made it, Aline. With your leftover kobu? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yay! Normal. Like normal. Wait, what do you mean? Like, are you yarning over or are you yarning under? Normal. Okay, so here's this one again from last Saturday. Here's the square we're doing, and we are kind of changing it up to do like a peacock situation. So let's get started. It was really fast. I really had time to update y'all. It was really fast. What's a normal way over? That's the average way, yeah. Trish, in my cup is hot coffee, and on my hook is a rose turtle posted on yarn over hook. I'll do a yarn over hook check. Okay, so are we ready for the tea? So the announcement that I have, which is why I'm also kind of all over the place, is like, oh, water break posture check. So I'm not doing the advent anymore. Right now. I am going to save it for after the new year, maybe. The reason being is because I'm not enjoying it. Before this live, Alexis and I were going back and forth for a while because I was venting my frustrations. Okay. So it's not bringing me joy. I'm not feeling the Christmas spirit. I'm not feeling the Christmas spirit with it. So it really upset me. And like, I was really bummed like all day. I don't know if you guys saw Pica Pau's post. I think she did it just like 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. It's a very tone deaf post and comes off more like she's venting at her, like not venting, but like talking down to the people who are having incredibly valid, by the way, very valid frustrations with this pattern. It's so passive aggressive and just downright inconsiderate. So I don't know if you guys remember during Stitches and when I started it last week, there were concerns about yarn and a lot of bad reviews. The one about intermediate, because I thought that was kind of unprofessional, I guess. No, she made several comments about intermediate, about the pattern being free, about people not being grateful for a free pattern, telling people to go write their own patterns if they would like. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. I took screenshots because I was talking with Alexis about it. Here's my center. And I went through and I ended up reading, next color, a lot of the reviews that were left on Hobie. It was not free for me. The Advent is expensive. Send to me when you can. Absolutely. It's not free if it's locked behind an Advent purchase. It's not. That's the issue. So when I bought this pattern, or when I bought the Advent, I was under the impression that I would be getting exclusive patterns with yarn. An exclusive kit. That's the whole point. And that included in my price. See, what I didn't do was look up each individual amount of yarn. Oh no, because you can't do that yet, because they don't tell you what's what. Yeah, more like Robin's kit. Exactly like Robin's kit. Robin's kit, you get an exclusive pattern that is locked to you buying the kit. And there are some kits that don't do that, some kits that do that. But the kits that I have at least found in my research, the kits that I have come across, oh no, not this one. I did this last time. The kits that I have come across, they aren't exclusive kits. They aren't something that sell out. What they are is, hey friend, here's the pattern. If you would like, you can buy the yarn that I used in this pattern as a kit from XYZ. TL Yarncraft does it all the time. It makes sense. Hey friend, here's the pattern. I have it for free on my blog. If you want to get the exact yarn that I used, along with a cute little postcard and maybe some add-ons, here's the link. It's not, hey friend, here's a kit for an exclusive thing to make. I'll ship it out in a few months. It's shipped, right? You got it. Oh my gosh, I got the TL Yarn Crafts kit. And then she's like, hey world, here's the pattern. It doesn't make any sense. TL Yarn Crafts doesn't do that. Like, I literally did that for my scarf and you didn't buy it though. You're so much. I wonder if there's even a discount. LOL, now I feel like checking. So the kits sold out apparently. They sold out. So in my mind, I'm like, what did I spend like $100 some on? What did I spend my money on? I'm like, do I need to bring out my I want to speak to your manager. I'm feeling kind of, let me speak to your supervisor. I'm kind of there. So before the live, I'm not gonna lie, I had to keep myself from tearing up and messing up my makeup. And even now, I'm feeling very frustrated. So the pattern, I haven't seen Pica Pau's other patterns, so I can't really speak to how they're written, but this pattern is definitely written like a Hobbii pattern. Hobbii patterns sometimes, not all the time, sometimes couldn't even add a hook, right? An exclusive hook. The stitch marker is even like a knit stitch marker. So anyway, sometimes I've come across some Hobbii patterns that aren't very detailed in their instructions. I don't know what Pica Pau sent them. It's kind of like a similar situation to Robin's pattern. Robin had no idea how they were going to lay out her pattern. I don't know if Pica Pau didn't know how they were going to lay out her pattern, but she doesn't say. Can you return it? When did you order it? Yarn and frustration is where your money went. I feel like I'm not even there yet, really, friends. So Pica Pau in the comments from some people who were responding to her posts and stuff was basically like, it's a free pattern. That was the excuse for lack of detail in the instruction. There's no instruction on how to color change. You guys know, where is it? I did bring it in here. Hold on. I brought Owen in here. I'll show you guys after the square. I'll show you guys after the drama. So you guys know, we've talked several times about this. There are several ways to do a color change. There's so many ways to do a color change, right? So many ways to do a color change. And the different ways to do a color change can affect the amount of yarn being used for the change. So nowhere in the pattern does whoever express how to do the color change. There's no instruction. Gladys and Taylor, for anything that I say, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. There's no indication on how to do the color change. So me being me and wanting to be sure that I have the most seamless look, the most seamless look, I'm carrying and floating my yarn across. So that when I come back around, because it's done in rounds, continuous rounds, when I come back around, I just pick it back up and continue. Okay. That just seems like the most, that seems like the smart, not the smartest, because every technique is different, but that seems like a pretty reasonable technique to use for changing the colors. A lot of folks, I happened upon a question on Hobbie's pattern. Apparently people who have run out of yarn, which is one of the biggest issue, the people who have run out of yarn for that, for Owen, have been doing that technique. So one, while I'm really happy that I'm not the only one that's doing that technique, I'm also like, oh, that's me. I'm doing that technique. And they're saying not to. There are people who are like, don't do it. Don't do it, girl. You're gonna run out of yarn. You're not gonna be able to make his cute little long body and his cute little legs. There are some Owens who have different color ears because they ran out of the brown. It's odd for Pica Pau's first advent to make these kind of decisions. This is her first one. I thought she did one last year. This is her first one. They should be able to take it back since it's an item you can't even use until December 1st. Oh. Sounds like since it's an issue, they ought to offer refunds or gift cards or something. I agree. I completely agree. Honestly, I don't know another technique. So that was the question that I sent you, Taylor. So that's the technique that you're using to change colors? So, no, I might be wrong. No, it might be her first one. No, it might be her first one. I don't know what they did last year. Yeah, okay, so you're carrying. Okay. So where was I? So people running out of yarn. So you guys remember how we talked about last week? We're like, how are people, people are running out of yarn. That's so strange, blah, blah, blah. I'm glad that I take pictures of everything and that I keep everything. I have text messages from 2022 just to give you guys an idea. Her first and last, ridiculous. Just to give you guys an idea of the amount of things that I keep. So okay. The people who are running out of yarn messaged and commented on Pica Pau's picture of Owen. Mentioned that they're running out of yarn. Sorry, I have a yarn fiber in my mouth. Mentioned that they're running out of yarn. They don't know what to do. Pica Pau responded that she's using a yarn under technique and that she had plenty of yarn afterwards. Maybe it's because she used a yarn under technique, which uses less yarn because it's a tighter stitch. I said, skirt. I'm sorry, what? You're using what technique that uses less yarn? And then this is me. Flip, 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 flip. Oh no, swipe, 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 swipe. Control F. Let me find to see if it's written in this pattern. Friends, surprise, it's not. It wasn't written in the pattern. It wasn't written in the pattern that she used yarn under, or that she used the X stitch. So when I was talking, no, she doesn't state it. She doesn't state it in the pattern at all. But pin that, because we're going to come back to it. So I was talking to Crochet Friend Alexis, because Crochet Friend Alexis is our amigurumi expert. And I was like, girl, did you know that using yarn under uses less yarn apparently? Because it's a tighter stitch? And she's like, girl, I don't know because I don't use that technique. I use the universal technique of yarning over. And she's like, but it's a tighter stitch, so that would make the most sense that it would use less yarn. And I'm like, okay, bet, you know, the math is mathing. It would use less yarn if you use a yarn under technique because it's tighter stitch, right? So that seems to make the most sense. But she didn't say that. There's a whole thread that I screenshotted. And it's still there. So I'm not going to read it. I don't want to sit here reading comments and stuff. But there's a comment where somebody expressed, cool, fine, that's okay. You used the yarn under technique. Why didn't you include that in the pattern? To say that. To say that you used the yarn under technique. Here's this. And then next is the peacock blue. Yes. Why didn't you put that in? It would have been good to have that information, as well as a gauge. Something to let us know. Alexis, girl, nah. Yeah, pretty much. We sent numerous voice notes to each other. Numerous voice notes. Pica Pau's response to somebody suggesting that she should put that in the pattern was write your own pattern. This one was free. How about you go write your own pattern and you can include all the details that you want? No, there's no gauge. I need 30 minute. I need a 30-minute plus video with receipts about this. I haven't looked, LOL. No, there's no gauge. There's no gauge. So her response to people being like, hey, friend, could you maybe put that in? Was to go write your own pattern. Okay. And then other folks came in and was like, hey, friend, hey, Pica Pau friend, that's not an unusual ask. That if you use certain techniques, that you should include notes about that technique in a pattern. That's not an unusual ask. And then she still doubled down and was just like, oh yeah, that's what she said. Friends, it's there. Go look. It's there. It's in the comments. Just look at the comment of a person asking, what should I do? I'm running out of yarn. It's like maybe it's not even that far down. Mm-hmm. Friends, I'm not even done. I'm not even done. I'm not even done. Wasn't paid, but it wasn't free. There's no way that she wasn't paid for this. Apparently, you're supposed to have leftover yarn for the next project. That as well. That as well. That's what I'm telling you. We're not even done. Look at my mom. Look at my mom coming to fight for me. Love you, Mom. You're the one. Even Leo's upset. Sounds like she might have made the pattern I'm currently working on from Timu. Wonder if they'll pull her yarn. I would say, why don't you write a pattern that's not garbage in this scam? Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm trying to get my composure because, friends, so as an actor, I learn a spectrum of emotion that I'm supposed to practice and all of that jazz and like grow in and blah, 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 blah. In my years of acting training, I've learned a lot about emotion. One of the biggest things that really stuck with me is that anger isn't always anger. Anger could be fear, anger could be resentment, anger could be hurt, could be sadness, but it's not anger. You want to go deeper. Anger has levels. When I teach like my acting students, tell them the same thing. Anger, it's not anger. You need to go further than that. It's not anger. Okay? I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I don't get angry. I don't get angry. And I'm so angry. I'm so angry. And so I was trying to like oh, I need space there. I need change space. I was trying to like find the like positive in it because my therapist says anger is a secondary emotion. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm a nice person, but people like that are basically being bullies make me upset. I was trying to find the positive in it and like work around it. And I think that that's what's making me even more frustrated is that one, I don't play about my money and I spent a lot on this and was very excited. I was so excited to do this with you guys. Very excited to do this with you guys too. Something I was really looking forward to doing while I was in Japan. Take my little stuffies around, take pictures, like the whole works, right? Dang, I'm right there with you. My poor keyboard's taking a beating. I know, I'm like, I have to slow down because like when I get really worked up, I just start crying. It's like a lot to do with like the anxiety that I have. And like reading all of this was just like amping up my anxiety as well as my anger. And so that was just like, oh, just compounding. Bullying supporters is wild behavior. Okay, So where was I? Write your own pattern. Write your own pattern. So that's where she left off in that part of the comment thread. And then people just stopped responding. So then Aurora's pattern came out today. And in the announcement for Aurora's pattern, she went on she talks about, you guys can see it, it's there on their Instagram. She talks about how discouraged she feels and how upset she is with people's reactions and how she feels very hurt by the community and all of this stuff. I'm sure that there were some people who said some really not nice things because the internet is not nice. I will give her that. Absolutely. We already talked about this with Naughty Brew in the YouTube members live. We talked about this about the Naughty Brew. So in it, drink some water. I need some water. The positive is that you're not alone in the struggle, and maybe you and the other people that bought the kit can make some other creation and share it with each other. Like some kind of challenge. That's a really fun idea, Robin. That's a really fun idea. I'm sure there's going to be a bit of community surrounding this advent calendar drama. Right. I would have spent it on something else. So again, so this time, so you guys know, with Robin's kit, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, blah, 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 blah. I should have read the whole pattern. Took onus on that. However, we of course had some notes on like how the pattern should be written, right? And all that stuff. I was combing through the pattern, chatting with crochet friend Alexis, amigurumi queen, all knowing. And she's like, no, this doesn't make any sense. Which made me feel super validated in it. In her post, for Aurora, she basically says that there's one point in it, she says that some of you may run out of yarn. And that just is what it is. What do you mean? What do you mean? We shouldn't be running out of yarn. We shouldn't be running out of yarn. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. And like, it's crazy because there's so many folks in the comments of that post that are, of course, just like very diehard Pica Pau fans. Elise Rose commented, I wanted to ask, did you get the advent? A lot of these people, I was like, did you get the advent? Did you get the advent? Have you looked at the pattern? Some of you may die. That's literally what I was thinking when I said that. Oh, Robin's here? I didn't know. Is Hooked by Robin here? I don't know if she's here. Oh, Robin here, girl, I fought for your kit and well worth it. Would highly recommend. See, and it's like, again, because that's my second, this is now my second kit. I went into it prepared. I was like, we're going to be fine with this one. We're going to read the instructions, everything. Y'all remember last Tuesday how, oh, no, Taylor, hold on. Pause your breaks there. When did you download that pattern? When did you download that one? Did you just now download that one? In the last couple of days from the site? I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. What was I saying? Oh, I can't remember. Last Tuesday when we were going through the pattern, remember how I was kind of like, huh? There are lots of points in that pattern. Yes, I was going to say, I knew they changed it. Yep. Oh, yeah. Your second cap, you came prepared. Thank you so much, Robin. I came prepared. I went in. So last Tuesday, you guys remember, when I was reading through it, I was like, to a lot of stuff. So, for example, you have to embroider the nose and the little, like, smile on the snout. There are no instructions on what to do for that. You kind of just have to look at the picture and guess. There are people who have commented and asked, did you split the strand? Like, this looks really thin. How do I sew that on? How did you do that? How many rounds did you do? All of these things. There's so many questions. And Sammy, make a deep dive video. I might finish it and do a whole review video, actually. I think I will. I'll finish it next year and do a whole review video. This is full of conspiracy. I hate to be like this, but can I see how the square is going? Gotta watch that tension. It's going. So, okay. So, where were we? Thank you, Rowan. I have to finish. We gotta be able to finish the square. So, I knew because the sweater pattern changed from 12 stitches to 6 stitches. Yes, so there were errors in the sweater pattern. What? That's a big difference. Yeah, there were errors in the pattern. So, okay. Last week, so like, right. We were looking through the pattern and I was like, this is strange. This is strange. This is weird. And so that's why we just started on the granny squares, because that was very straightforward. That was very straightforward. Here we are. Now we're back to the purple for the petals. Let me be sure that I have 8 so we don't have to have a frogging incident like Saturday. So glad someone spoke out. So many people spoke out. Tons of people spoke out. And I'm really glad that we're just like, oh, okay, we're just gonna keep going. Honestly, I think I'm going to frog poor Owen on principle, who suggested turning it into something new. So, where was I in the saga? So, okay. There's no gauge, right? There's no gauge. There is no indication that she used the X single crochet, basically the yarn under technique for her amigurumi. There's no indication of that. People who asked for it and said that she should have put it in, she's telling them, well, you should write your own pattern, right? So that's where we left off on that. I went into the reviews and somebody had mentioned there's an update. I was like, oh, there's an updated pattern. They were like, I don't know if it included the stitch instruction or the gauge because I deleted mine. That's what the person in the review said. So running it back, you guys remember? I said I don't delete things. Oh yeah, you're upset. Look at how long that tail was. It's long. That's so sad. I bought patterns where the designer is always available for any questions. Pour one out for Owen. Everyone trying to get off the rant train. Cheers, everybody. Water break, pasta check. And shrimp your pasta. Okay. So, again, so Sammy keeps receipts. And so I downloaded the new version. My phone's like, you already have this. Do you want to replace it? And I was like, absolutely not. Make a copy. My phone is like, bet. I see where we're going here. I got you, girl. This is marked number 1 and copy. Thank you. I went and I looked. The original has no gauge, nor does it have the indication on what stitch to use, what kind of stitch to use. The new version does. The new version has a gauge, and it says for every point that there's a single crochet. Yeah, she added a gauge to Owen. Yeah, every point where you see single crochet, it now says X stitch yarn under technique. Okay. So I'm like, cool. I went and I measured my Owen. I'm under gauge. So my Owen is smaller. We knew it was going to be smaller because I was using a smaller hook as well. As well as in the comments, Pica Pau was saying that she was able to make it just fine with this amount of yarn and she was left with plenty. I don't know what plenty means in this situation, especially with people who are unable to finish their Owens. I have no idea. I have no idea. So, because I am very, very detailed, I went through almost every tagged post of hers in her tag section on Instagram. See, the problem is when something like this happens, if I have the time, then I will take the time. And I went through all of the tagged posts of Owen, of all of the people who finished. And the reason being is because in her post where she tells people that they just have to deal with it, she posts a bunch of pictures of finished Owens. All except for one, I believe, is yarn under. So it works if you use yarn under. It does not work if you use yarn over. And just like Taylor pointed out, everybody's tension is also different. And she even says that in a comment. Everybody's tension is different. And somebody even pointed that out. They're like, well, so then why didn't you include a gauge? Why didn't you include a gauge? There was a pattern a few years ago and it took the designer over 6 months before fixing the problem. Dun, 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 na, 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 Inspector Sammy. Dun, 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 It's plenty measured in grams or ounces, right? I'm a tight crocheter, so hopefully I'll be fine. But like Taylor said on Printable alone, I don't feel like making it. Plenty is measured with the heart. Thank goodness after that, there's CC. Oh, thank goodness after that. Yeah, I mean, if there's a lot of uproar, and there was, about the pattern and it not working for people, you think that you would address it right away. Hey man, I'm so sorry. That was oversight on my part. This is how I crochet my projects. This is my gauge. Sorry to assume that everybody does it exactly like I do. Hi. She should have just said, my bad, and I will revamp the expression. That's what I mean. Literally all she needs to say and do. No, that's it exactly. That's what I, like, that it exactly. That's all that she had to do. Yes, being nice is free 99. Louie, how are you doing? You too are an amigurumi expert. How are you doing, Louie? We're talking amigurumi. Okay, so... Oh, okay. So again, see, and I'm still not done. There's literally so much. There's literally so much. Leave the ranting for your family group chat. Yeah. Again, I have to say, Hobie should say something like they have their name on Pica Pau stuff. Sounds like she needs to learn my motto. Don't be a jerk. So, because I get it. Her feelings were hurt. She was excited about something, and her feelings were hurt. So, like, I get it. I totally get it. But at some point, you have to take a step back and like, oh yeah, I kind of made some assumptions with this pattern. There are no photos. Again, like I said, there are no photos on how to embroider the snout. There are no photos on how to do the sweater. Very little instruction on why you need to double strand your yarn for certain parts and why you don't. I missed the start of the drama. Sounds juicy. Oh, it's been juicy. It's been juicy. Like, it would be different if there was one thing. You guys know? It'd be different if there was one thing. And then she just fixed it and was like, hey man, I am so sorry guys. Here's like $5 off your Hobie. Here's like a $5 coupon to everybody who purchased the Advent. I'm so sorry, here we go. Like, complaints heard. Some of you guys didn't have to be so mean, which again, I agree with. I'm sure there were mean people. But like, there was no apology or anything. It was very interesting. Very interesting. So moving on to the next part, the color change. So I am carrying, oh, Louie, how do you do your color changes? When you are doing your amigurumi, how do you do your color changes? I just want to be sure. So with regard to color changing, so I floated my yarn. And I kept my tension as tight as possible without making his head like pucker or look strange. With the Aurora release, Pica Pau released some videos. It could be a cultural difference, all that jazz. She does not sound happy in the videos. At the beginning of their color changing video for Aurora, she says, I'm not addressing this or that. You can check my other videos. I don't know. I cannot remember if I said anything about color changes. So here's this video. This is how the video starts. Listen, as a service provider, my heart and stomach drop when I get a bad review, but I would never treat anyone like that. Being rude for what? Yeah. Oh, color changes. I like to float it too. I actually do a half color change a lot to make super clean color changes. Okay, so here we are with the flower. The rest is super smooth sailing. Let me grab Owen so I can show you guys real quick. Okay. Let me grab Owen. Where are you? Here he is. Okay. That is the start of her color changing video instructions for Aurora. She also released a few videos for Aurora. Aurora is the second advent calendar. So she released some videos because obviously some of the gripe and reasons why so many people, by the way, are upset about the advent calendar is clearly valid, because then she released videos clearing up some instructions for the next advent. So why be passive aggressive and rude to people in your comments when you're going to actually then fix your issues, the issues that people are addressing? Either the people are wrong or you're wrong. It's not you need to just go ahead and write your own free pattern then. And then you're like, all right, so let me go ahead and fix the mistakes that I did in this pattern. How do you do that? You can't do that. Pick a lane. We are talking about Pica Pau Club Crochet and her advent calendar with Hobie. So here's my Owen. There's a lot of drama going on with this one. If you check her Instagram, you can get a little bit. There's a lot of drama with this. So here's my Owen head. Cutie. Okay, I don't really like how his snoot is. I figured that out. But here's my Owen. Cutie. Okay, here's how I did my color changes. I floated my yarn because that would be typical. It's typical. That's typical of amigurumi. Especially when the technique isn't specified in the pattern, right? In the Aurora video, it like hurts my heart to even say this. In the Aurora video, Pica Pau cuts the yarn and knots it. She cuts it and knots it because she doesn't like to float it across because it could tighten, it could cinch the inside, thus puckering the amigurumi. When I saw that in the video, I was like, oh, what? So when you grab a new yarn, there's so many things that I feel are wild about that technique. So first thing being, if you ever have to frog it, if you have to frog it, then that's wasted yarn. You can't use that yarn now unless you crochet extra tight so that you don't end up, it's just, you can't do it that way. Knotting on the inside is a wild choice. Yeah. on every color change. So then I'm like, wait. So that explains why everybody who floated ran out of yarn, because she's cutting it short tails too. You should look at the Aurora color change video. It's one of her latest videos. Short tails. and knotted. I don't like to float my yarn because I don't like to waste. LOL. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't like to waste either. But in amigurumi, it just makes sense to float it across or carry it across. If you're going in the continuous round, it just makes sense to do that. You can cut it and knot it, but it just makes sense to float it. Quick question, does she support pillow help? Shoulder. Does the support pillow help with shoulder and hand pain? Have injury affecting my shoulder to my hand. So I'm not a doctor, but this pillow has helped with my shoulder pain. Gladys is, if Sammy is calling short tails, they must be so tiny. The border of this one is going to be light purple. So begging the yarn goddess to make sure she wins yarn chicken. Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to finish Owen. That is all the tea. I don't think I'm going to finish Owen. I don't think I'm going to finish this advent calendar. I may revisit it come January and then maybe do a review video, but you guys know me. I think this is, even with Hooked by Robin's blanket, the festival blanket, while I had some complaints, I realized a fault in my own misstep of not reading the entire pattern. Had I read the entire pattern, none of the issues that I had, I would have had, right? Even our notes aside of they should have put this here and they should have indicated this at the beginning, blah, blah, blah. Even that aside, I should have read the entire pattern, right? And you guys are so funny. Dang, this is some real tea. Yeah. So, bobcat tail. That's what I should make with it. So I say that to say, I might do a review video, but I don't want to put videos. I'm finding it. I don't want to be negative. I don't like being negative about it. Even with all of this drama, I'm just upset with how she handled it. And I'm upset with my jolly not being here. That's what bums me out, is that I was so looking forward to this and so looking forward to doing this with other folks who got the advent calendars, like Taylor and Gladys. I was so looking forward to doing this. We should make Owen Wilson. This is the teapot tea. This is tea. Thank you so much for the feedback. Top of my Christmas list. Oh, I highly recommend it. Okay, here we are. This is looking nice. Friends. I'm glad that we're doing this square, and I'm loving how it's coming out because it's absolutely brought up my joy. It has brought up my joy. Yeah. So I don't know. I might do a review video, but it would basically be what I just talked with you guys about. So I don't know if I want to do the Pica that stole Christmas. Oh, don't say that. Toshi. Sorry, guys. Don't say that. That is funny. Hi, Funchella. Maybe she'll redeem herself and come around to realize how she could have handled it. I'm so sorry. It's so disappointing. I'm full of rage at this tangled yarn. I mean, like I said, it is really just disappointing. It's really disappointing because this could have been a really incredible thing. And like Taylor said, if this is her first one, and she keeps mentioning contract in her post. She keeps mentioning her contract. And I don't know, that could be like a language barrier thing. And maybe I'm not understanding what she means, but she keeps mentioning her contract and things that like she didn't have to do because it wasn't in her contract. Again, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm telling y'all. Angela, how are you doing? Brianna. No, don't do that. People were saying, people who are Pica Pau's, like, who love her patterns are, I feel like, the most disappointed because they know how her patterns usually are. And they know how she usually handles patterns. And so I think that a lot of people who are disappointed are like, how is this even a Pica Pau pattern? Like, how is this even like a thing? And so I went into it like, oh, maybe this is just like an outlier. Again, kind of like how Hooked by Robin explained to us that, like, yeah, the pattern should have been written this way. She like agreed with some of our things. And even was like, yeah, no, like, and explained to us that, like, yeah, no, I had no part in this or that. And I'm glad that, like, you figured out how she messaged me. Robin saw a live, and this is not like me comparing Pica Pau and Hooked by Robin. It's more so comparing how to handle folks who are having trouble with your kits. Like, Hooked by Robin saw a live, noticed that I wasn't doing the blanket as the instructions, messaged me, and came to a live to see how I was doing the blanket, make sure that it's going good. And it commented on how, like, yeah, sure, the pattern should have gone like this, and like, absolutely, and like, that's not me, like, that's not how I would have done the pattern, stuff like that. She took onus and then reached out to me to help me out. Like, this could have absolutely been handled better. And I'm really surprised that Hobie hasn't said anything. I don't know. I shouldn't say that because I haven't checked. But somebody here said Hobie hasn't said anything. So that is that. That is now the tea. That is the tea-est of tea I think I've ever brought to these lives. So if this is your first time in a live, this is not the norm. This is the pipingest tea I think I've ever shared on this live, and one that involves, like, one that like I'm involved in, like, because I made the purchase. So if you're new, this isn't the norm. It's usually much goofier than this. Please come tomorrow to Stitches, because I wanted to talk about this now so we don't talk about it during Stitches. And I wanted to give you guys the tea because I won't be working on the advent calendars. That, like, really hurts my heart to say that. I was really looking forward to them. No, I don't know I don't know if she had it tested or not. That's one thing, actually, that I saw yesterday in my browsing on browsing for crochet patterns to buy. There's something that I saw that I thought was actually really neat. The pattern writer put in the description of the pattern, so before you even purchase it, that the pattern was tested. I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So I'm hoping that that becomes like a norm, that pattern writers will write, like, in the description, like, hey, so this was tested, just so you guys know, like, this is a tested pattern. Because I know that some pattern writers include that aspect of their pattern in the price. They include that, like, I spent months testing this pattern and rewriting it and blah, 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 sending it out to folks, yada, yada, yada. So this is why the price is the price. It's not that I wrote the pattern and then uploaded it to Etsy. they spent time going over the pattern, editing the pattern, and blah, blah, blah. So I kind of like that. I actually kind of like that. That's like, I hope that that becomes like a normal thing. I'm doing great. How about you? Are you ready for your chip? I'm so ready. I'm a firm believer that something is around the corner, 100% better. Something's going to blow your mind soon, Sammy. I think that might be the Jovi cardigan because I'm having so much fun with that. I'm just here in silence making a Santa hat and listening to the tea. What is Stitches? Stitches is the live with me and Alexis. So definitely pop in, Louis. We would love to have you. So that will be tomorrow. And she and I will be working on the Jovi cardigan sweaters. So I'm really excited for that. Friends, look at how beautiful this is. I'm gonna add the border and weave the ends in after because I want to be sure that I can get the border on here before we have to go. That's already like made my day. Hanging out with y'all, knowing like, feeling like validated in my frustrations. Yeah. Well, this isn't mean tea though. It would never be mean tea. Hitting that bell. Thank you, Louie. Stop Toshi. Roxana, how are you doing? How was your market? You sold out? Roxana, congratulations. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Lindsay, how are you? You forgot to take pictures. First market ever. Roxana, congratulations. Jeannie, how are you? I knew you were busy getting market stuff prepped. Roxana, that's so exciting to hear. What if we want aggro Alexis? I mean, Alexis was so supportive of me. Like, even in her voice notes, she was like mad for me. She was like, no, you are absolutely valid. At one point I was like, okay, let me step off my soapbox. I feel like I'm like drowning you. She's like, no, get back on that soapbox. This is absolutely valid. Alexis was so sweet. She was so sweet and so supportive. Because again, like, she's like my amigurumi consultant. And yeah, she was like, no, this is messed up. Where are we? Mary Brown, hi, how are you? Ton of kids, so that went well. Roxana, that is so great. Don't forget to like the video. It's been a wild one. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, this was a wild one. So thank you. Thank you guys for like, I feel like this is kind of like a vent session and I don't ever want to do something like that. But I really appreciate your guys' support in that. And I felt like I owed you guys an explanation as to why I wasn't doing the advent calendar. So it's kind of turned into like a vent explanation. So thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad that we were able to get this square done. Gladys and Taylor, if you guys want to like group chat and like figure out what we're gonna do with our kits, draft up a message to Hobie. I saw Gladys, you're gonna message Hobie. Yeah. Roxana, the only issue is that you couldn't sell anything over 10. So then how did that influence the things that you made for your market, Roxana? Did you make things that kind of like offset that were a bit more like worth it? I was here for the tea and so were my parents. LOL, I'll probably have to replay some because they were asking questions. I love it. I love that they were trying to understand. I love it. Yeah. So everything that I spoke about is up on her page. So you guys can see all of that in the comments from very valid, very frustrated crocheters. Like I said, I'm sure that there were some not so great responses and not so nice people responding. But from the comments that I read, and I scrolled quite a bit, a lot of folks were asking some really valid questions that she was very disappointingly responding really passive aggressively to. And it's just like, yeah. So Owen is tabled. I was excited about Aurora, but Aurora will be tabled, and I will probably just put the box back up in my closet until after the new year. I had paused on the YouTube members cardigan so that I could work on Owen tonight. I was hoping to actually finish Owen tonight, but I will be working on that one instead, and we'll hopefully have an update for you guys tomorrow morning. So I really want it to be done. I really wanted to get that done by Thursday. So I'm hoping that I can get that done by Thursday. No worries, Taylor. You made smaller items. That's a good adjustment. Monique, thank you. I will miss the next few lives due to work. Thank you so much, Monique. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Sierra, how are you? Sammy, I don't think that you were negative. Everything said here was very valid. We were just honest, and people need to own up to their mistakes. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And finish this just in time. We love to see it. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. I feel a whole lot better making that decision to put Owen away. I had gone back and forth with Alexis about it on if I should just continue it and try it, see if it works out. But I'm happy to table Owen. I'm sorry that I won't be able to do the Advent because I was really looking forward to doing that with y'all, but there's just no way. There's no way that I can do it. I need to be sure that I'm able to finish it, that I have enough yarn, make sure that the patterns are all correct and all that stuff. So sorry that I can't do it with you guys. Was really looking forward to it. I cannot express how much I was really looking forward to it. So thank you guys. Thank you. And a rarity, I know. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad to know that you're doing well, Sierra. Here's our square. You guys are the best. The square came out beautifully. I love the contrast with the outsides and the flower. I love it. I love it. Makes me think of a pansy. It's supposed to be a poppy. I guess so. Yeah. There we go. So later on this evening, early tomorrow, you guys, YouTube members in the Granny Square will get early access to the video. My shirt was crooked this whole time. You guys will get early access to the video for this week. And these have been my favorites so far, Sammy. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I know, it's like perfect. It's perfect. We should have put green in there. We should have put green in there for the peacock. I think somebody even said green. I kind of like this purple and blue situation. Very pretty. Very pretty. Just have to weave in the ends there. I'm trying to like hide them. Trying to hide them. Yay! So we have this one and this one. Oh my gosh, they're like sisters. They're like sisters. They could be brothers. Siblings. Who cares? So here we are. One last cheers before we go. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive and for understanding with the Advent calendar. Tomorrow is Stitches at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. So join me and Alexis. We're going to keep crocheting on our Jovi cardigan. I already said the YouTube members. Thank you so much, Monique, for the super chat. And thank you so much, Taylor, for the super chat, and Kelly for gifting a membership. To our top fans, thank you, Monique. Thank you, Taylor, and thank you, Sharon. Once again, you guys are amazing and all that jazz. Hope to see you tomorrow. Mary-Kate and Ashley, every movie. Let me do a quick yarn over hook check before we get out. before we go. Ooh, Game of Wool. I can't wait to read that. Trish, that turtle looks so cute. Oh my gosh, Renee. I need to stop. Knitting Whip, Jenny, that looks amazing. Oh, Brianna, I'm so glad that you got the magnet. And Roxana, oh no. That's a lot of factory knots. Yuckies. All right, friends. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for allowing me to spill so much tea. You guys are amazing as always. Catch you guys at Stitches. Crochet all day, friends. Bye, everybody.